by the end of this lesson, you should be able to simplify a given rational function. You should be able to simplify a given rational function. When you say rational function is a ratio of two given polynomials. That's A over B, or P of S over Q of S. That's rational functions. So now let's look at how to simplify rational functions. So our first question, we should simplify so this is the first problem we have to simplify. We should simplify 1 over 4x squared minus y squared all over 1 over 2x plus y. So before we can simplify this rational function, we have to take our time and check the numerator very well. So we can clearly see that there is a square here and a square here, meaning difference of two squares can be used there, or we can apply that identity there. So before we can apply that identity, we have to reduce this one to the 4 to its perfect square, or the perfect number. So on this note, we are going to get 1 over 2x all squared minus y squared. So when we look at this side, we have 1 over 4, and we want to form the perfect square at the numerator side. So on this note, we have to check the perfect square, or the perfect number of 1, and read that 1 square is still 1, but 2 square will give us the 4. So since 4 is perfect number, then its perfect square is 2 power 2. Then we have 1 over 2x all power 2, because the x here has a power of 2. So 1 over 2x all power 2 is for all the terms in the bracket. So all over the denominator of s plus y. Now still again, the numerator side. If we have a squared minus b squared, then you can clearly say that it's different to two squares. And the final result is going to be the sum of the bases times the difference of the bases. This is the identity for difference of two squares. So we are going to apply this identity at the numerator side to solve this problem. So on this note, we are going to get the sum of the bases square. So the sum of the bases out, the first basis plus y. These are the sum for the bases times the difference of the bases. Like this, all over half x plus y. So on this note, you see that when you take the numerator, we have s factor at the numerator side. So on this note, we can do the cancellation. You can use the denominator to cancel its factor here, and we are going to get half of x minus y. So this is our final result. When you take your time and simplify this rational function, this is our final answer. So now let's move on to look at the problem number 2. Number 2, we have to simplify 2x plus 6y all over x squared plus 4xy plus 3y squared. We have to simplify this one. And this one is saying the numerator side has a common factor, and the denominator side is also quadratic. And we know how to factorize quadratic equations. So now let's use that idea to factorize this one. So when we take our numerator, when we take the numerator, we are going to factorize 2 out. We go 2 and 6, their common factor will be what? 2. So when I factor 2 out, the 2 will be out, the remaining term will be what? X. 2 goes to 6, 3, y for the numerator side. All over, the second one is quadratic. Then we have to take our time and factorize that one. So we have, let's compare this one in general quadratic equation, which is the as squared plus bs plus c equal to 0. So when you compare this to the general quadratic equation, then we clearly see that a is what? 1, b is 4, and c is 3. So let's find the product of the a and the c. The product of a and the c is 3. So this is the 3. So now take your time and find the factors of 3. That will multiply to get 3. But when you add, you get the value of b, that's the 4. And on this note, when you take our time and find these factors, you will get 1 and 3. You got 3 times 1 will give you the 3. 1 plus 3 will give you the 4. So we are going to use 1 and 3 to replace this term in terms of the x and the y. So we will be the x, y, x, y. And all the factors here are positive. So we have x squared. We are going to use these two factors to replace the 4xy. So the first one is xy plus 3xy plus 3y squared. So on this note, we have to group them. There are 4 terms here. Let's group them like this. And just factorize. So the common factor in the first bracket is what? X. Sorry. The numerator side, you have 2 bracket x plus 3y all over. The common factor in the first bracket is x. And we have inside will be x plus what? Y. And the second bracket, the common factor is y is common. Y is belong to both. And 3 is also belong to both. So you're going to get 3y out. Here will be x. And here will be what? Y. So now, let's continue from this side. So we are going to get the numerator x plus 3y all over the terms outside the bracket, put them in one bracket, get s plus 3y. And the terms inside the bracket are the same. Choose one like this. So you see that this is the factor of this, they are the same factors. So we can use that to cancel that at the numerator side. And the final answer, we are going to get 2 over x plus y. So when you take your type and simplify the second problem very well, this is the final answer you're supposed to get. And it is very simple, as you can see. So now let's take our time and solve the problem number 3. So problem number 3, we have to simplify x squared minus x minus 6 all over 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. So we have to simplify this one. So this is our problem. Now you take your time and simplify the top. When you finish, take your time and factorize. To factorize both the numerator and denominator. because both of them are quadratic trinomial. Both of them are quadratic trinomial, and we know how to factorize quadratic trinomial. So take your time, factorize the numerator and the denominator. Okay. So when you take your time and factorize the numerator and the denominator, you are going to get, we are factoring the numerator, you are going to get negative 6 by 1. That is the product of A and C. You get negative what? 6. So here we find the factors of negative 6. That will add up to negative 1. So let's check these factors. And we're going to get negative 3, positive 2. So you check negative 3, positive 2. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, but when you add them, you get negative 1. So on the numerator side, we know the factors are minus 3, minus 2. Minus 3, positive 2, so s squared minus 3s plus 2x minus 6. Now let's do the same exercise for the denominator. This a, b, c, the product of a and c is negative 6. And in this case, the b value is negative 5. So you have to take the factors of negative 6. That will add up to negative 5. So when you take your time and check it very well, you are going to get minus 6 and 1. So negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Minus 6 plus 1 is minus 5. And we have these factors too. We are going to get 2x squared minus 6x plus x minus 3. So now, in each case, let's put them in brackets like this. So when I put them in brackets like this, then let's check the first bracket at the numerator side. The common factor is what? X. When s is out, here we reduce to x, and here we reduce to 3. That's minus. Plus this side 2, the common factor is 2. When 2 is out, here will be what? X minus 2 goes to 6, 3. All over the denominator side. S is here, S is here. Meaning that the s is common. 2 and 6, common factor is 2. So you factor 2s out. And the inside, you are going to get x minus 3 plus this side, the common factor is 1, x minus 3. So on this note, let's take our time and put the terms outside the bracket in one bracket, s minus 3. All over the terms outside, we have 2s plus 1. The terms inside are the same, plus 1. And finally, you can clearly see that this side, they can cancel. They are common factors. They can cancel out. And the remaining result is going to be s plus 2 over 2s plus 1. So these are final results after the simplification. And this is not anything difficult. It's a matter of getting time for yourself and factorize each quadratic trinomial very well to get the right factors and do your calculations to get the final results. So problem number 4. Problem number 4. Let's simplify. So the problem number 4 is the same as, or is similar to the problem number 3. Both of the numerator and the denominators are quadratic trinomial. So we have to take your time and factorize this one, factorize this one. If there's a common factor you can cancel out, then you cancel out. So I will leave this question for you to take your time and solve it yourself. So thank you very much for watching this video. If today happens to be your first time watching this my video, then subscribe to my channel so that anytime a new video drops or we upload any new video, you get it as soon as possible. Thank you very much.